Okay. So today we are so fortunate to have Her Grace Vanamalini Manjari Mataji from Cedar Rapids, Ohio. And Mataji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagavatam 7.7 canto, 7th chapter and 2nd verse and onwards. So Mataji, whenever you are ready, please take over the call. Hare Krishna, Vanamalini Manjari Mataji, I can see you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, and with pranams, can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji, we can hear you now.
And with pranams and my humble obeisances to all the devotees assembled on the call. We'll start with Mangalacharan prayers and then we'll continue.
And today it's a Balaram Jayanti, so happy Balaram Jayanti to all of you and happy Raksha Bandhan also.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vichaitanyamanobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamanam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Krishna Chaitanya Devani Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivita Kanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namo Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. So we are reading 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, which describes in detail the pastime of Lord as Narasimha. Lord appears as Narasimha to protect Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj being the greatest devotee of the Lord, was completely surrendered to the Lord in any situation and was taking complete shelter of Lord's lotus feet. So Prahlad Maharaj was, when Prahlad Maharaj was going through so many difficulties, actually those all appear difficulties to us when we read, but Prahlad Maharaj was never worried. So we saw in the previous chapter, 7.7.2, right? I'm correct, right? So in the previous chapters, we see Prahlad Maharaj had instructed so many things to his classmates, and they were all actually surprised. How you know all these things? Because we were taught we were taught mostly the material subject matters here in the school, and mostly the teachers who are the sons of Sukracharya, they teach Hiranyakashipu as the supreme, because That's what Hiranyakashipu did after he got the boon. He made everybody worship him, pray to him as supreme. And whoever is worshipping the Supreme Lord Narayana, he kind of punished them or gave troubles to them and killed them. So that's what. So here in this chapter, Prahlad Maharaj is remembering what he has learned in his mother's womb when his mother was with Narad Muni, when his mother was staying in Narad Muni's ashram. So that's why we see when our elders say, when we are carrying the baby, when we are pregnant, do the things, good spiritual things, or at least good things, so that those not just you, but the baby inside also is listening everything. So and then they are influenced by that from the birth. So actually here, from the time the soul enters the womb, the mother who is carrying the soul has to be very responsible in raising. So in Bhagavatam says, like, if we are giving birth to children, we should be able to deliver them. And deliver in the sense, like, we should at least introduce the path of devotional service to them, Krishna conscious to them. We don't need to worry that if we introduce Krishna consciousness, they will not be materially able to successful. So this fear all the parents generally have, and they hesitate to push their children towards the Krishna consciousness in full conviction. If kids are Krishna consciousness, rest all the things automatically fall in place. Material world is such a place. Even those who strongly want to practice Krishna consciousness, for maintaining our own bodies, we will be going and doing the things that are required, like earning, studying, and all those things. Those all things will happen automatically. We don't need a separate school for teaching all those things. But the difficult part is becoming Krishna consciousness. And if we use all our life not being Krishna consciousness, however rich, however successful we may be appearing materially, it is of no use. That's what Sukadeva Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj. A life, 100 years of life without Krishna consciousness is of no use than one muhurta kala, 1 minute of a life being Krishna consciousness. Because the whole purpose of human life is to be Krishna consciousness, is to know who we are and know our relationship with the Lord. And we can do that by practicing devotional service to the Lord. So that much importance is given. And that's why as soon as even before the soul enters, devotees of the Lord, they pray, they do austerities, they chant so many rounds for to attract a highly elevated soul into their life. And then they raise those children in a way that they will become Krishna consciousness. It's difficult, it's hard, even though we try. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But trying is something that we have to be doing. We have to be giving Krishna consciousness. That there ends the boundary of our responsibility, parents' responsibility, like introducing Krishna consciousness. So here, Prahlad's mother, she took shelter of Narad Muni, because the demons, Indra, after Hiranyakashipu got the boon and became very powerful, he started he started torturing everybody. And then Indra and all thought that the son who is going to be born now to him, he's going to be even more dangerous. So instead of letting him be born and then dealing with him, why don't we kill him when he was in the womb. So it is not advisable to do that. But Indra was so scared of Hiranyakashipu, he thinks of that, and Narada Muni stops Indra, saying, "What kind of a thing you are doing? She is a chaste woman. She did not do anything. So you have to release her." And then he also tells Indra that the kid who she's going to give birth is actually a great devotee. Even though he's a demon, born to a demon, but he's going to be a great devotee. So you don't need to worry about. He's going to be a Mahabhagavata. And then so he will be cause for the death of his father. So all this information Narad Muni gives to Indra, and Indra leaves her without harming anything. And Narad Muni brings her back to his ashrama and starts speaking to her all the spiritual subject matters. So Narad Muni is the best spiritual master ever. If we see there might be one or two places where we don't see Narad Muni instructing, but rest all the devotees got instructions from Narad Muni. He instructs them according to the situation of the devotee, and then encourages them to perform devotional service to the Lord. So Prahlad Maharaj, whatever he has spoken to his friends in the previous chapter, he is actually remembering what he has learned from Narad Muni when he was in the womb of his mother. So that was the situation of Prahlad Maharaj, and this chapter is talking all the consequences, all the things that has happened before he was born. Sri Prahraduvacha Pitari Prastite Smakam Tapase Mandharachalam Yuddhodhyamam Param Chakrur Vibhudadanavan Prati. Prahlad Maharaj said, when our father Hiranyakasipu went to Mandarachala mountain to execute severe austerities, in his absence, the demigods, headed by King Indra, made a severe attempt to subdue all the demons in warfare. So when Hiranyakashipu went to Mandarachala mountains, Hiranyakashipu, after his brother Hiranyaksha died, Hiranyakashipu wanted to become immortal so that he can take his revenge and kill Lord Vishnu. For him, Lord Vishnu is his enemy because he, as Varaha, has killed Hiranyaksha. So with that desire to become immortal and very powerful, Hiranyakashipu goes to the mountains and he does the tapasya. Ravana, Hiranyakashipu, all these demons, they take shelter of the scriptures and they take shelter, but they only selectively choose what they want, and they are very materially oriented, and they used the boon for destruction. So their service is all unfavorable, like Kamsa and all. It is not a favorable way, even though they were thinking of Lord all the time. Ravana was thinking of the Lord all the time. Kamsa was thinking of the Lord all the time, but he was fearful of Krishna. And Hiranyakashipu was also thinking of the Lord all the time because he was thinking him as an enemy and how he can defeat him. But all these ways are unfavorable ways. So we should not be following this. Anukulena bhaktyasya. Favorable way we have to do the devotional service to the Lord. So these people are never exemplaries. And without knowing in detail about them, we should never make them heroes. 7.7.3 Piplikair ahiriva tishtya lokopatapanaha papena papo bakshiti vadanto vasavadyaya. Alas, as a serpent is eaten by small ants, so the troublesome Hiranyakashipu, who always inflicted miseries upon all types of people, has now been defeated by the reactions of his own sinful activities. Saying this, the demigods headed by King Indra arranged to fight the demons. Papena papo bhakshyati. So you are killed by your own sinful activities. You get sufferings by your own sinful activities. Loka upatapanaha. So he was giving tapam. He was giving miseries to the people in all the three worlds. Whole universe, Hiranyakashipu was giving miseries by torturing them, by making them not surrender to the Lord, pray to the Lord. And then the Devi Devatas are thinking, Papena papopa bhakshati vadhanto vasavadhyayaha. Vasava adhyayaha. That means King Indra and all the other Devi Devatas, they thought that this is the best time to attack the demons because Hiranyakashipu was not there. He went out for doing the tapasya. And you are defeated by the reactions of your own sinful activities. So most of the times we think that someone else is cause of our destruction. Someone else is our enemy. But we have enemies inside us as lust, anger, greed, illusion, and madness. Our anger and our desire are our own enemies. Lust and anger. These two things are our own destructions. If we can control kama yesha, krodha yesha, Krishna says, these two things take away the intelligence of even of a person who is trying to practice. So they are very powerful. And then our own, because of these six enemies, we do sinful activities. And the reactions of the sinful activities are the cause of our own destruction. So if we can control these six enemies, the tendency to sin will go away, and then we will reduce performing the sinful activities. We all know very well that it's not that easy to control these things. Sometimes we become clueless what should we be doing, what we should not be doing. So always taking shelter of the holy names of the Lord and listening to the Lord's pastimes helps us, guides us to overcome anger and desire. There will not be a time where a human being or any living entity which has taken a material body not have desires. The only thing that we have to do is purify our desires, connect our desires with Krishna. When we are connecting our desires with Krishna, any desires which are going towards destruction of somebody or completely sense gratification, apart from the scriptures, will automatically be filtered. We won't be acting on them because we know that we are developing desires for the pleasure of the Lord. So we can help ourselves by keeping a fence around ourselves with the help of chanting of the holy names, following the rules and regulations as a protection, that we don't engage ourselves in a lot of sinful activities. So here Devatas thought this is the best time to attack Hiranyakashipu because Hiranyakashipu was going for tapasya. Tesham atibalodyogam nisamyasura vadhyamanasurairbhita dudruvuh sarvato disham kalatraputra vitaptan gruhan pasuparichhadan navekshyamanastava rita sarve prana paripshavah. When the great leaders of the demons who were being killed one after the another saw the unprecedented exertion of the demigods in fighting, they began to flee, scattering themselves in all directions. Simply to protect their lives, they hastily fled from their homes, wives, children, animals, and household paraphernalia. Paying no heed to all these, the demons simply fled. The demons, they started running away from their houses, leaving their children, animals, everything. They were not worried about any of them. They just flee here in all directions. When Devi Devata started attacking them, Atibhala Udhyogam. So they came with lot of power, all the devatas. When the king is not there, when the leader is not there, the whole team becomes weak. So far they were not attacking the demons because Hiranyakashipu was very powerful, and Hiranyakashipu will defeat Devi Devatas. So when they saw that Hiranyakashipu went out, is not there, they started attacking. And then the demons, they started running in all directions to protect themselves, leaving everything. They were not even waiting for anything to take with them. So when crisis come, this is how the life pushes to the corners. 7.7.6 Vyalumpan Raja Sibiram Amarajaya Kankchinaha Indrastu Raja Mahishim Mataram Mama Chagrihit. The victorious demigods plundered the palace of Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, and destroyed everything in it. Then Indra, king of heaven, arrested my mother, the queen. So Prahlad Maharaj is telling all these things to his friends. When they asked him, how did you learn all this knowledge? So then he is saying what has happened, how he is. So when Indra attacked the palace of Hiranyakashipu, everything inside it he destroyed, and he arrested his mother, Kayadu, the queen, and he took her with him. Before that, she already had some children. But he thought that this child is going to be more powerful and going to cause more trouble. 7th. Niyamanam bhayodvignam rudatim krurarim ivam yadruchyagatas devarshir dadrashe pati. As she was being led away, crying in fear like a kurari captured by a vulture, the great sage Narada, who at the time had no engagement, appeared on the scene and saw her in that condition. Actually, Narad Muni has no appointment, no engagement, in the sense like he has nothing there to do, but he appears there. So with Krishna's mercy, we get Guru. With Guru's mercy, we get Krishna. So Narad Muni knows that the baby inside Kayadu's womb is a great devotee. And then he came to protect that devotee and give instructions to that devotee. And we see in many situations, Narada Muni appears in front of the devotees to give instructions. So we all should feel fortunate when we get an instruction at the right time. So always we have to associate ourselves with devotees who can guide us, and always we should take shelter of the scriptures. So sometimes we may be in a confusing situation, or we don't know what to do, what is right, what is wrong. So then how do we take shelter of the scriptures? Sometimes our intelligence does not guide us towards the scriptures. We will be thinking that I'm doing right, I will keep on doing. So always we should have a strict discipline and routine of chanting and hearing. That helps us. Krishna says in 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that Dadami Buddhi Yogam. I'll give them the intelligence to come to me. So to go towards Krishna, to progress in spiritual life, we have to be we should get rid of anarthas. So how can we get rid of anarthas and offenses? When we constantly chant and hear, Krishna will give us intelligence not to engage ourselves in these kind of activities. And then we will progress in our spiritual life. So we don't know in what situation we are doing. Sometimes we will know when we are doing the things out and out we do. We know that we are doing wrong. But most of the times when we are engaging ourselves in wrong things, many people don't know that what they are doing, what the decision they are making, what the choice they are making is bad. They think that that is the right and best thing. And At least in devotee situations, they are reading scriptures, they are listening always to the lectures, and they know what is right, what is wrong, and they should be remembering that at that point of time that this is wrong and I should not be doing. Remembering is first part, implementing is the difficult. I know that I should not be angry, I should not be speaking the words, but then how do I control the anger that is coming from inside and pushing me to say the words which I don't want to, which should not be spoken, which can be which should be controlled. We don't have that strength to control. So that strength comes from our sadhana. Many people, the biggest problem in the world right now is that people not feeling bad doing wrong. So that's the worst. People not feeling bad that they have done wrong. At least if we start feeling afterwards, after doing a wrong thing, that this is something I should not have done, we will go backwards and we will think why did I do what I have done? How can I avoid that in the future? What kind of precautions should I be taking? Like that, we will at least think. But the biggest problem right now in the world is that people are not knowing that they are doing wrong. That is even more dangerous because we keep continuing and we will accumulate a lot of sinful reactions by doing a lot of sinful activities. So that's why we should have a very strict regime of our devotional service, sadhana. Sadhana helps us every day, brushing, like we do a physical cleaning of our body every day. Like that, we have to cleanse ourselves every day by chanting the holy names of the Lord and by hearing to the scriptures. So here, Kayadu is very fortunate that Narad Muni has appeared there. And then he saw her in the condition where she was abducted, or where she was arrested by Indra, not abducted. Indra has declared a war and he won, and he is taking Kayadu with her. प्राहनैनां सुरपते नेतुमर्हस्य अनागसं मुञ्चा मुञ्चा महाभागा satim paraparigraham. All these slokas does not have any purport, so that's why we are going one after the other. Narad Muni said, O Indra, king of the demigods, this woman is certainly sinless. You should not drag her off in this merciless way. O greatly fortunate one, this chaste woman is the wife of another. You must immediately release her. So Narad Muni gave some right instructions to Indra also, because Indra was about to do a big sin by killing a woman who is pregnant. So Prahanainam Surapate. So he started to tell to Surapate, the king of demigods. Netum arhasya anagasam. She is anagasam. She is not at all sinful. And then she doesn't deserve this kind of treatment, dragging her away from her palace. She does not deserve that. Mahabhaga. King Indra is very fortunate, opulent, because he is very rich. Mahabhaga, greatly fortunate one. Satim paraparigraham. You are holding the hand of another's wife, which is not correct. So you must immediately release her. Don't drag her. Don't take her. Release her immediately. She did not do any sin. Her husband is the one who is doing all kind of activities to give misery to the worlds. Shri Indra Uvacha Aste Sya Jatare Viryam Avisahyam Suradvishaha Asyatam Yavat Prasavam Mokshertha Padavim Gataha. King Indra said, in the womb of this woman, the wife of demon Hiranyakashipu, is the seed of that great demon. Therefore, let her remain in our custody until her child is delivered, and then we shall release her. So let her be with her until the child is born. She is carrying the seed of Hiranyakashipu, the demon. So this child that is going to be born will also be a demon. So that is the understanding of Indra. So he's told Narad Muni, let her be with us until the child is born. Purple. Indra, the king of heaven, decided to arrest Prahlad Maharaj's mother because he thought that Another demon, another Hiranyakashipu was within her womb. The best course, he thought, was to kill the child when the child was born, and then woman could be released. So Indra also knows that he cannot kill the pregnant lady. So he thought that let the child be born and then child be killed, and then he can release the mother. Similar situation like Kamsa. Kamsa also was stopped by killing Vasudeva. Tells to Kamsa, like, why you want to kill your sister? I'll give you the children when she was born. When they are born, you can take care if you think that your enemy is going to be born. So in the similar way here, Indra is thinking, I will kill the child. He's going to be a great demon. And then I will release the woman. Shri Narada Uvacha Ayam Nishkilbishas Sakshan Mahabhagavato Mahan Tvaya na prapsyate samstham Anantanucharo bhali. Ayam Nishkilbisha Sakshan. So he's saying, Narada Muni replied, the child within this woman's womb is faultless and sinless. Indeed, he is a great devotee, a powerful servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you will not be able to kill him. He's saying, you're thinking of killing the child? Do you know who he is? He is a great devotee of the Lord. And devotees of the Lord are protected by the Lord always. So he's thinking, you won't be able to kill that child because he is a sinless one and he doesn't have any fault. And then he is a powerful servant of Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's saying, Mahabhagavato Mahan. He's Mahabhagavata. He's a powerful servant of. So he's a servant of Lord and he's a Mahan. Mahabhagavato Mahan. Very great saintly devotee. Tvayana prapsase samstam. He will not obtain death in your hands because Krishna does not let that happen for his devotees. Purport. There have been many instances in which demons or demigods have attempted to kill a devotee, but they have never been able to destroy a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Lord promises in Bhagavad Gita 9.31, Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhaktah pranashyati. This is a declaration by the Supreme Personality of Godhead that his devotee cannot be killed by demons. Prahlad Maharaj is the vivid example of the truth of this promise. Narada Muni told the king of heaven, it would be impossible for you to kill the child, even though you are demigods, and certainly it will be impossible for others. You are thinking that I am a devata, I am powerful, and I am killing a demon, child of a demon. I will kill, but it will not happen because Krishna has given that promise that my devotee can never be killed by any demons. And so even though you are a devata, he is a child of a demon. The problem there is that he is a great devotee. So you will not be able to kill him. You are thinking that I'm going to kill this child. I will arrest this woman. It is not going to happen because Krishna never fails to keep his promise. Krishna is, that's why Achyuta is infallible. He will not fail. In Krishna says that, behold, understand that my devotee will never perish. So he is going to give protection to his devotees. So we should have that faith. It is so difficult to develop that faith and have that faith when we are encountering miseries in our lives. Immediately we start doubting Krishna's protection. And many of us also misunderstand that the miseries are not actually Krishna's protection. Sometimes some miseries are actually Krishna's protection. Krishna warns us, Krishna slows down us, saying that you are heading towards something destructive. So I'm going to put a break by giving you a small kick so that you will stop and think your course of actions. you become more and more Krishna consciousness. So many people think that when everything is going good in life, that is only protection of Krishna. But the pure devotees of the Lord, they think everything as mercy of Krishna. Because the purpose of human form of life, the goal of human form of life is go back to Golok Vrindavan, is to get liberated, not to get attached in this material world. When things are going so good, you get more and more attached to the good things. You will be more and more into that zone, like I'm enjoying my life right now. I want to enjoy even more and more. And the inclination to surrender to the Lord goes away. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhoga Ishwarya Prasaktana, those who are attached to the Bhoga and Aishwarya, to the material enjoyment, and then to the opulences in the material world, the resolution to perform devotional service to the Lord is not very strong in them. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam. So when they are too much attached to Bhoga and Aishwarya, the determination to perform devotional service to the Lord does not happen for them. Tayapahruta chetasam. When we are attached to the material enjoyment and opulence, our intelligence is tayapahruta chetasam. Chetasam is like our consciousness. We are bewildered in mind. Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhiyate. It does not take place. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, fixed in determination towards devotional service to the Lord, does not take place for them. In the minds of those who are too attached to the sense enjoyment and material opulence, and who are bewildered by such things, the resolute determination for devotional service to the Supreme Lord does not take place. So when we are getting attached to the Bhoga and Aishwarya, many people think that I want the material happiness also, and then I will be very serious in devotional service. See, having the material things is not what is binding us. Like having a big house, having a lot of money, having all the good things, that is not actually binding us. Our attachment to them is binding us. There is no harm in having all those things. And if we are born with all those things, like if I am born into a rich family, or if I have a capability of generating lot of revenue, lot of money, we shouldn't, it's not that we should stop all those things, because all these things are going to be obstacles in my devotional service. The biggest obstacle is attachment to them. Some people, even though they don't have all those things, are also still obsessed about all those things. So having those things is not the problem. Our attachment to those things is the problem. Not seeing all those things in relation to serving the Lord is the problem. So Prabhupada writes in 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita that we don't need to give up anything, saying that this is material, this is going to be obstacle, as long as we can engage all those things in the service of the Lord. Anything and everything we see in connection to Krishna and engaging in Krishna's service, all of them, we don't need to give up on those things. We can always. So, but that determination of seeing everything in Krishna should be there with us and not getting attached to them. Anything that we are seeing, we should see that I am only protector of those things. I am only going to engage these things in the service of the Lord, and I will not use them for my own sense gratification. So this is the intention that we should be having. Having the things is not the problem. What is the attitude, mood that we carry towards the things? That is very, very important. If we have a vibhuti, like if I am somebody who can sing wonderfully, using that singing capability in the service of the Lord is good. So anything, like if I am very rich, using that in the service of the Lord is best. So we should not be thinking that, oh, I have a lot of richness, I'm going to leave everything and go. No, we don't need to leave everything, because actually we are not giving up anything. Everything belongs to the Lord in this world. This everything belongs to the Lord. Temporarily we claim a portion of land, like, oh, this is mine, this is my house, and after 100 years somebody else will come and live in that house, and they start claiming that that is mine. So this is how the world goes. Actually, it does not belong to any one of us. Everything belongs to Krishna. When everything belongs to Krishna, what are that we are renunciating? Everything belongs to Krishna, so we should use everything in the service of Krishna. So that should be our mood. So not just the happy times, but when miseries come to our life also, the devotees of the Lord try to see the miseries also as the mercy of the Lord. And what is there for me to learn here? What is that Krishna trying to teach me that I have to learn by this incident? And then they will use even that opportunity to serve the Lord. So here, so when we have that understanding, we have complete faith in Krishna. Krishna knows. Krishna says in 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 7.26, Krishna says, I know past, present, and future. So that is the knowledge of Krishna. Krishna knows everything. And whatever is happening in our life is approved by Krishna. So when we have complete faith on the Lord, we should know that whatever has happened is been approved by Krishna. That means that is the best thing that has happened to us. Even though we feel that that is not best, we are not ready to accept because of our attachment to the material things or our attachment to the body. We may be thinking that, oh, this should not have happened to us, but we should have complete faith in Krishna that that's the best thing. So that's why devotees of the Lord see mercy of the Lord even in the miseries, and their faith is not shaken. They have a unbreakable faith on Krishna in all situations. Never ever Prahlad Maharaj, when he was encountering troubles by his own father, have thought that he don't have protection of the Lord. He always felt protection of the Lord, and he didn't even ask for the protection of the Lord. He was having complete faith. He was just praying to the Lord all the time. He was glorifying the Lord. He was speaking about the Lord. So he was always engaged in the service of the Lord. So here Narad Muni is warning Indra that you will not be able to do anything to this chain, because this chain is protected by the Lord. He is a Mahabhagavata Mahan. So all of us should have a goal of becoming Mahabhagavata Mahan. So we should always, our goal should be like, I'll become a great devotee of the Lord. And to become a great devotee of the Lord, we cannot do that without mercy of Guru, spiritual master. So many people think that we can directly approach Krishna, but without spiritual master's mercy, we won't get Krishna. And without Krishna's mercy, we won't get a spiritual master. So Narad Muni is a great spiritual master. Narad Muni is representing Lord Balaram. So today is Balaram, Shravana Paurnami is Lord Balaram's appearance day. So Prabhupada says Krishna and Balaram, they both are same, just the colors are different. Balaram is pure white, Krishna is blackish cloud, like a blackish cloud. So Krishna's first expansion is Lord Balaram, and he is the fountainhead of all incarnations. So if we see in the fifth chapter of Chaitamata Adi Leela, the glories of Lord Nityananda Balaram. So his first expansion in the form for the pastimes is Lord Balaram. And Lord Balaram, all the spiritual masters represent Lord Balaram. Without spiritual master's mercy, we won't get Radharani's mercy. And without Radharani's mercy, we don't get Krishna's mercy. So Lord Balaram's mercy, Lord Balaram's blessings we need to progress in our spiritual life. So he is the first expansion of all the pastimes. From him comes the Sankarshana, and then from Sankarshana comes another Sankarshana who is called Mahasankarshana, and from him comes the 4 expansions of Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, all. So Lord Balaram, he is the first of all. So Krishna expands himself first as Lord Balaram. And he is the source of all the entire spiritual world. The Sankarshana, he maintains the spiritual world. If we see in 5th, again we go there anytime to understand this whole cosmic manifestation. That is a small, there will be a small introduction paragraphs in 5th chapter of Adi Leela, where we can find. So beyond the limitation of this material world is the spiritual sky. So after the material world is a spiritual sky, Paravyoma, and spiritual planets, the supreme of which is Krishna Loka. So we all know that Krishna Loka is the topmost abode in the spiritual world also. And that Krishna Loka has 3 divisions: Dwaraka, Mathura, and Goloka. So that is the topmost place in this whole, in this entire in the spiritual world. In the abode, the personality of Godhead expands himself into 4 plenary portions: Krishna, Balarama, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. They are known as the original quadruped forms. In Krishna Loka is the transcendental place known as Svetadipa or Vrindavana. Below Krishna Loka, in the spiritual sky, or the Vaikunta planets. On each Vaikunta planet, a 4-handed Narayana, expanded from the first quadruped manifestation, is present. So from the first quadruped, Balarama expands, and then, so here, the personality of Godhead known as Sri Balarama in Krishna Loka is the original Sankarshana, and from this Sankarshana expands another Sankarshana called Mahasankarshana, who resides in one of the Vaikunta planets. By his internal potency, Mahasankarshana maintains the transcendental existence of all the planets in the spiritual sky. So from Krishna comes Balarama. Balarama is called as original Sankarshana. And from Balarama comes again Mahasankarshana, who maintains the spiritual worlds. And from Sankarshana comes another Chaturvyuha, that is another expansion. And then from them, the whole material creation happens. So Lord Balaram is Krishna himself, the first expansion. He is the source of the entire spiritual world, and he is called Adi Guru. So he is the one who directs us, who guides us to get the mercy of the Lord. So he's called as Adi Guru. All the spiritual masters in this world are representations of Balaram. So when we see here the importance of spiritual master, Narad Muni has guided correctly Indra and also Prahlad Maharaj. So spiritual master's mercy is very, very, very important. Without his mercy, we won't be able to get Krishna. And choosing a spiritual master is even very, very important. So we should not be choosing spiritual masters from YouTube. Many people nowadays are listening to YouTube and they don't even know the personal life of the speaker. They are only seeing the speaker in the YouTube channel where he is speaking, and they don't even know the personal life of that speaker, whether he is practicing any sadhana, or after making that YouTube video, what is his lifestyle actually, he is any spiritual or not. And people become their devotees, they pray to them and they do whatever they are saying. It is not like that. We have a responsibility when we are choosing spiritual master, that he is coming from proper parampara. And he himself is having a sadhana. And he is going to take us to Krishna, not claiming that he is Krishna. So all this responsibility we should have. We are all very, very fortunate to be in a parampara where we are guided thoroughly towards Krishna through by our spiritual masters. And Balarama assumes 5 other forms to serve Krishna. And he himself helps Krishna in all his pastimes. We see that Balaram is always there to help Krishna in his pastimes. So he works for the creation with all the other 4 forms for these material creations. Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. They carry on the innumerable material universes that are created, the functions, to carry on the functions in all those things. And then he, as a Lord Sesha, comes into each universe, on whom Ananta Sesha is Balarama himself, on whom we find Krishna as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Nobody can approach Krishna without getting the mercy of Lord Balarama. When Balarama was born, he was transferred. When Balarama was in the womb of Devaki, Kamsa thinks that maybe I was misguided by the Akashavani. There is so much glow, effulgence coming. Maybe this child is the child who is going to kill me. So he thinks that Balarama is Krishna, and Balarama is going to be cause of his death. So that effulgent Balarama is. But then Balarama, as the 7th child in the Devaki's womb, he is transferred by Yogamaya. Krishna instructs Yogamaya to transfer Balarama to the womb of Mother Rohini. So Rohini is another wife of Vasudeva. So Vasudeva has many wives, and when Kamsa captures Vasudeva and Devaki, all the wives of Vasudeva, they all go to Goloka. Nanda Maharaj protects them all. They all go and take shelter in Nanda Maharaj's Goloka, and Nanda Maharaj was protecting all of them. So by the internal potency of the Lord, Balarama was transferred from Devaki's womb to Rohini. That's why he's called as Rohini Nandan. Since he was attracted by womb of Rohini, he's called Sankarshana also. Sankarshana, Akarshana. So he's attracted. So Balarama was born in Goloka under the protection of Nanda Maharaj. And Gargamuni, the Kulaguru, the family priest of Edu dynasty, he reveals to Rohini that you are carrying actually Vasudeva's child, because he was transferred, right? Like from Mother Devaki's womb. During the naming ceremony, he was named as Rama. Rama means who gives pleasure to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, and Bhala is strong or strength. So not just physical strength, even the spiritual strength and intelligence, even the intelligence and all. So Balarama is Guru. All the gurus in this entire world, he's Adi Guru, and he will guide us, give us the right intelligence at the right time. And then he's also very beautiful. Like I don't know how many of you see, but I always put ISKCON Brindavan Aarti live. So we will see a beautiful Balarama and Krishna there, like the 2 brothers in the temple. They are so beautiful, actually. So Balarama is also very beautiful, like how Krishna is 16-year-old with youth, but Balarama is like very fair in complexion. He used to wear all blue garments. Krishna wears yellow garments and Lord Balarama wears blue garments. And he also wears Vaijayanti Mala. And then all the beautiful earrings. And he's always like, we see that he's always there with Krishna in all his pastimes. He's the one who understands everything first. Like when the Brahma Vimohan Leela happened also, that day Balram did not go to the forest. And then after everybody came home, the cowhead boys, Krishna and all, they came home, all the mothers, all the calves, all the cows, they are all extremely affectionate, more affectionate towards their children. And then Balarama is the one first gets doubt. What is happening here? Why usually they are all very affectionate towards Krishna than their own children. But now they are very affectionate to their children, and they are so loving and all. So something has happened here. Then he will go and question Krishna, like, what is happening here? Then he understands that Krishna has expanded himself as all those cowhead boys and the calves. When Brahma takes away all those boys to his loka, Krishna expands himself to be those cowhead boys, and he goes to their homes at the end of the day like that. And then um, everybody starts feeling that Krishna is inside their house, and they become more and more affectionate towards their own children, and the cows become more affectionate towards calves. And then Balarama is the first one to figure out that. And we see in Krishna's book, in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagvatam, where Krishna's pastimes are Balarama. Balarama, we find that Balarama has killed Dhenukasura and also Pralambasura. These two these two pastimes we see. Dhenukasura is a donkey who has assumed, Dhenukasura assumes a form of a donkey, and with his demon friends, he occupies the Talavana, the one of the Vanas, the 12 forest. So Vrindavan has 12 forests, and then this Talavana is the place where this donkey comes, and nobody dares to approach because the donkey was so powerful, and it was destroying all the flowers and enjoying the fruits. Then Balrama goes and he kills, holding the donkey's rear legs, and he what do you say that word? I can't. He rotates that Tenuka, the donkey in the sky, in the air, and then he kills. And similarly, Pralambasura was killed by Balrama. Pralambasura and comes as a cowhead boy. When all these boys were playing, Pralambasura comes as a cowhead boy. And he decides to take Balarama away from Krishna. He wants to take Krishna, but he takes Balarama. And then whoever loses has to carry the other on the shoulders. So carrying the Lord on his shoulders, he ran swiftly. Balarama understands that he's Pralambasura. He's not a cowhead boy. And Balarama becomes heavier and heavier and heavier, that Pralambasura cannot bear the weight anymore of Balarama. And then he dies. And then Balarama, Krishna always, with a lot of respect and love, he approaches Balarama. And we see that whenever they are playing in the forest and Balarama tired and then he sleeps, Krishna gives massage to his feet. And Balarama also has pastimes with gopis. He has his own set of pastimes. When Yamuna river does not cooperate, Balarama always carries a plow in his hand. So that's why if you see the picture of Balarama with a beautiful blue dhoti, he will always have a plow in his hand. So he drags Yamuna river. He drags the Yamuna river, and she gets scared, and she starts she understands Balarama, and then she she cooperates in his pastime. So like that, there are many instances of Balarama in Mahabharata, and then Kauravas with respect to Kauravas, and then killing of Ramaharshana. So most importantly, when we are understanding Lord Balarama's appearance, without Lord Balarama's mercy, we won't be developing the service attitude, the service to Krishna. So if we want to, Balarama always tries to please Krishna. In any situation, Lord Balarama is there for assisting Krishna. So in this incarnation, he comes, and then in Ramayana, Lord Bala, he comes as Lakshmana. Always the attitude of Lakshmana was to serve Krishna, Rama. He sacrifices his sleep also, and then he serves Rama. So he is eternal companion of Sri Krishna. And then he is Nityananda. He comes as Nityananda Mahaprabhu when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes. And then any one of us who wants to make progress in spiritual life, we have to seek mercy of Lord Balarama. So we all can read these pastimes of Lord Balarama in Srimad Bhagvatam 10th canto, and many other places we find references of Lord Balarama in all the childhood pastimes of Krishna. After that, when Krishna goes to Mathura and Dwaraka, Lord Balarama, we find him when Kauravas were troubling Pandavas. We see how Lord Balarama gets angry, and one time Lord Balarama wants to just go and give them all a big lesson, kill them all. So we see him in all those instances. And Balarama's wife is Revati. A few points about Lord Balarama. The most important thing that we have to remember is he is Adi Guru, and without Guru's mercy, we cannot get Krishna's mercy. So today, meditating on Lord Balarama and seeking his mercy, seeking his blessings, so that we all can progress in our spiritual life and get Krishna's mercy should be the most important goal of our life. And this line I always remember by Prabhupada, like Krishna and Balarama are same, but one different in color, because Krishna's first expansion ever is Lord Balarama. And Lord Balarama, from there, everything, from Balarama comes everything. And he carries, like even in every universe, as an Adi Sesha, he carries Lord Krishna. So he carries on the mission, the pastimes of the Lord, and he assists Lord or his devotees always to serve the Lord. So that is the position of Lord Balarama. And the beautiful pastime of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, there also we see that Lord Balaram is there. When all the queens of Dwarka, they want to listen to the childhood pastimes, they will keep Subhadra as a doorkeeper, saying that, make sure that Krishna and Balarama are not coming when we are speaking the pastimes. Rohini, and they all are speaking about the childhood pastimes, and all the queens of Dwarka are listening. And Subhadra Mai also, she also forgets that she has to guard the door, and she also starts listening to those pastimes, and she gets herself so absorbed in listening to those pastimes, she forget that Krishna and Balarama has come. And Krishna and Balarama, they also themselves gets absorbed in their own pastimes. And that's how their forms are. And later, Narada Muni requests that those forms be manifested in the world, and then we see that they are manifested in the as Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra in this world. So a few glorifications of Lord Balaram on this auspicious occasion of his appearance. And I will conclude here if anybody have any questions or comments or corrections. And tomorrow is 11th verse, Machas.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Wish you all a happy Balram Purnima. Actually, Mataji, you mentioned about the mercy. If we pray Radharani, then we get this mercy. If we pray Krishna's mercy, if we pray Balarama, we get spiritual master's mercy. So, would you please, in the, would you please elaborate on that? Like exactly how is the sequence, basically? Hare Krishna.
Oh, sorry, Prabhu, it took time to unmute. So,
no problem.
Yeah, see, if we with Balaram, Lord Balaram is Adi Guru, and all the spiritual masters are his representatives. So, to progress in spiritual life, to advance in spiritual life, we have to take shelter of a Guru. So, with Guru's mercy, we get Radharani's mercy. Actually, Radharani is also sometimes when we hear in some pastimes of Radharani, she is also considered as like a Guru too. But she helps us to serve Krishna. Like without her mercy, we won't be able to serve Krishna. Balarama also is Balarama is like Guru, and if let's say our love for Krishna is bhakti, and Krishna's love for us is like mercy, if you personify that mercy, that is Radharani. So Radharani is personification of Krishna's mercy. So the sequence that I remember I heard from senior devotees, like with Balaram's mercy, we get Radharani's mercy, and with Radharani's mercy, we get Krishna's mercy. So sometimes we see that Radharani and Krishna, Radharani and Balarama, we can approach them, and then I won't say they are on at the same level. If we see, Prabhupada says how Krishna, Supreme Lord in female form is Radharani. That's what we see sometimes Krishna, Prabhupada writing. And again, this word I heard Krishna in a different body, different color is Balaram. So mostly the Lord Balaram carries on these all universal affairs, his creation, his maintain, fountainhead of all his incarnations. Like Lord Balaram is fountainhead of all his incarnations. So his area is like that. And Radharani is especially like mercy personified, directly serving Krishna in Prema Bhav. So I don't know if I clarified the difference between both of them.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is
We
Gita.
cannot 1 minute, Mataji. I'll just complete this. See, we should not be approaching directly Radharani also. That's why Prabhupada never encouraged us just saying Radhe Radhe. So with Guru, with Krishna's mercy, we go and we approach. Like if we don't have Guru and we directly approach Radharani, we become Sahajiyas. So we are somebody with Guru's direction. We approach Radharani and then Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. I remember the pastime of Jagai Madai also, like where even the Jagai Madai were dacoits that in those days, and they like you must be like remembering that about when they make Krishna bleed, right? Krishna Bhagwan, like they make him to bleed, but at that time it was Balaram who makes mercy, like I'm
Yeah.
not referring to Krishna and Balaram, but I should refer to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and
Chaitanya
Nityananda Prabhu.
Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu.
So
Yes.
Balaram, in the form of Nityananda Prabhu, um, uh, he showed mercy on Jagai Madai, and because Krishna Bhagwan, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, becomes so angry.
So angry because they hit Nityananda Mahaprabhu, and
Yes.
then because
They
when
hit Nityananda Mahaprabhu, correct, right?
yeah, they hit Nityananda Mahaprabhu because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets angry when his devotees gets hurt. So
Right.
they hit Nityananda Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gets very angry and he takes his Sudarshan Chak.
Sudarshan
Then
Chakra, yeah.
Nityananda Prabhu shows mercy and seeks asks a Lord to be not punish them. So that's how the Guru is like we don't have a direct qualification to approach Radharani or Krishna. Through Guru we go. With Guru's mercy, holding Guru's hand, we go. Devotees say Prabhupada is opening door for all of us with our gurus and all, and we can go. So serving Guru with Guru's directions, with Guru's mercy, because without Guru, we don't get right instructions. If we see Narad Muni throughout Bhagavatam, he won't give same instruction to everybody. For some, he will say that you do austerities. So Guru actually customize based on our conditions so that we can serve Krishna. So without Guru's mercy, we cannot approach Krishna. And without Krishna's mercy, we won't get Guru also. So we should have a desire in our heart that I want a Guru. I want to serve a Guru. Krishna, please direct me towards the Guru. Then Krishna help us and he will take us to Guru. And Guru actually fine-tunes us, shapes us. Like how a sculpture removes all the unwanted stone, Guru will remove all the anarthas, makes us pure so that we can be offered to Krishna. We will be ready to do Krishna's service.
Yes, Mataji, it is pretty clear now. I think everyone on the call will understand this, because if we don't have Guru's mercy, I think, and indirectly, then we'll get the mercy of Balaram. And once we are through this channel with Guru's mercy and Balaram, then definitely, if we want to achieve Krishna, then we have to pray Radharani first and then Krishna. So this is the cycle how one should follow. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes, it's perfect that with the Guru's mercy, only you can get Radharani's mercy, and Guru's mercy means Balaram, not Adi Guru Balaramji will give mercy. Then you become qualified for Radharani's mercy. I would like to add something to this connection. That is, Krishna has three internal potencies, right? Sandhini, Sambit, and Ladini. So Balaramji represents Sandhini and Sambit potencies. So this is corresponding to the Sat and Chit of the potencies of the Lord. And so when we have the Sat and Chit, that is the Sandhini and Sambit potencies, we are qualified. I mean, we have sufficiently adorned with them. Then we can enter into the Ladini taste and Ladini potency, which is Ananda. So which is Radharani. So that's how the progress happens. Then can be offered to Krishna's lotus feet to serve him. Just wanted to add, if I am mistaken, please correct me.
No, Prabhu, that's a good point. Like Samvit, Sandhini, and Haladini, so they're all energies of the Lord. Yeah.
So ultimately, we please those energies, automatically Krishna will be pleased. Yeah.
Yeah, with their mercy and with their guidance only we can, Krishna will be.
Yes, ma'am.
Can approach Krishna even like.
Yes, thank you, Partha Prabhu, for sharing that also, which was very important.
Yeah, because I heard it from another talk. Yes, I'm repeating like a parrot.
Yeah.
Rekha Mataji, you were having something.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was
Geeta
pausing
Geeta
you.
Mataji wanted to
Or
ask.
yeah, somebody. Yeah, sorry. I was pausing to finish my sentence there. Sorry for that.
I'm sorry, Mataji, for interrupting. Hare Krishna. Thank you for a very wonderful class. And I didn't know so many things of Lord Balrama. I wanted to, I'm a little confused, Mataji, because somebody told me that Maha Mantra, Lord Rama, when we chant, is Lord, not Lord Rama, Lord Balrama. So in the Maha Mantra, is it Lord Rama, or somebody else said no, it is Balrama, Lord Balrama. So in Maha Mantra, who, when we say Lord Rama's name, which of the two it is?
It's Lord Rama. That's what I remember Prabhupada saying. Rama and Krishna. Hare is referring to the internal potency of the Lord, like Radharani. Please help me serve Krishna and Rama, like that. So that's what it is, like referring to the energy of the Lord, Hare, which is Radharani and Guru, and asking them to help us serve Krishna. So it's Lord Rama's name. Yeah, see, if I know this, but sometimes we don't need to go like very into minute. At the end of the day, all of them are same. Like Krishna only expanded himself as Balarama. Krishna came as Rama. So in a way, all of them are same. Because Krishna wanted to be like, Krishna is somebody, many people think that he directly involves in these all affairs, material universal affairs and all. No, Krishna actually enjoys his enjoys his time with his devotees. So that's why Krishna expands himself in so many ways that they all take care of all these material universal affairs. So it's again at the end of the day Krishna, but I see in many quotes where Prabhupada says is like Rama is Lord Rama. Hare is like referring to the internal potency of the Lord and asking us to help us to serve Lord. So that Rama is Rama, Mataji, as far as I know.
Thank you, Mataji. So,
I did
Hare,
not hear anywhere as Balarama, but if anybody has heard that as a reference, they can show me that. But I did not see that.
okay, thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Partha Prabhu, what you'd like to add anything on this?
Yeah, Rama means Ramante Yogina Anante, says, who gives pleasure. So Lord Ram gave pleasure to all. Lord Ram's presence was pleasure to all the Ayodhavasis. First 11,000 years he ruled the Ram Rajya. Everybody was so happy. So Lord Ram appeared in the Maryada Purushottam to teach us, and Lord Ram is, of course, first expansion is Lord Balaram. Tahara Dityo Deho Sri Balaram, in Chitamrita it says. So, and all the incarnations, including Lord Ram, are from Lord Balaram. Yes. So either way, it is when Garga Muni gave Namkaran to Lord Balaram. So there are two aspects, that he will have bal, strength, and he will give pleasure. So Ram become Balaram. So and Lord Ram also carries the same the mood to please everybody, all his subjects. I mean, his parents, even Kaikeyi also was very. I mean, Kaikeyi before the Manthara polluted her mind. Kaikeyi was more attached to Ram than Bharat. So to everybody, Lord Ram was very, very dear. Of course, Ajodhavasis went to the Dandakaran of that forest where Lord Ram wished him back. So he was giving pleasure all throughout his life to everybody he was associated with. Even for Sita Devi, although he had to send her off to Valmiki Muni's ashram. Even there also he was weeping in separation. So he shows as a Maryada Purushottam, he follows the dharma and also does the follows the expresses the human emotions. That gives pleasure to us, whoever reads Ramayana, and of course, Lord Balram is the Sanjini and Samit potencies together. So when we have the Sanjini potency, we have the transcendental spiritual knowledge, then we all, of course, feel happy. So that Ram aspect is covered there. So that is my small small knowledge with whatever my little intelligence which I could gather.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. It was a nice discussion today. I hope Geeta Mataji is cleared on this.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's very clear. And also, so I just wanted to check. So Guru, Mataji says is Narad Muni, Lord Narad Muni. So for us in this world, who is the Guru, the one who initiates us? Or who's our Guru here? Now I'm wondering,
Yeah, there will be three gurus, Mataji. One is the first one who shows us the path to this. There is something happening like these sessions and all. So he will be a Pathadashak Guru who has shown us the direction. And second one is from whom we take instructions. There will be many, like Siksha Gurus will be many. Like all the classes that we are hearing, all of us, they are gurus to us, right? Like so many speakers. But the actual Guru is Diksha Guru, from whom we take the initiation. So we all should have a Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru is very, very important. For some people, Diksha Guru himself becomes a Siksha Guru, but there can be many Siksha Gurus from whom we take Siksha in the Parampara, but there should be one Diksha Guru. And you are right, the initiating Guru is the Guru, actual Guru, who takes responsibility of delivering us. And Narad Muni was Guru for all of them. But for us, we have to take a Guru physically so that we can serve him we can serve him physically, and we can serve his instructions, serve him by Vani and Vapu Seva, by serving his instructions. Not many of us may be having a fortunate to be in the physical presence of the Guru, but when we are taking Diksha, we have to take Diksha from physically present Guru. Like we can't take our own Dikshas from saying that I will consider Narad Muni as my Guru or like that. We have to take from a living physical Guru Diksha. And then from there, we can take instructions from everybody. So many Siksha Gurus, and then we progress towards progress in our spiritual life.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. But in today's world, when there are so many numbers, there's no customized, like you were saying, Renan, somebody should, like Lord Narad Muni said, somebody should be more renowned, saying, tailor-made to individual needs. We don't have that opportunity in today's times from our Guru, it's just usually get done in a group. So it's like that. Anyway, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, we don't get, some devotees get, some gurus, they write. Nowadays, we have so many other ways to approach Guru, like writing to them, emails and all. We get some devotees, they get a personal instructions also. They get to time to talk and all. But when they are giving a session, when they are giving a lecture, it is actually to all of us. Like most of the instructions will be for all of us. So in that way also we can take that is a personal, because when a Guru is speaking for everyone. So all those instructions also apply to us when they are saying in a session like, I want my, this should be done. So then that instruction is for everybody also. And it is difficult sometimes to get a personal instruction, but if we keep trying, sometimes we get those opportunities also.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much. This beautiful class, and as always, and explaining about Balaram Jayanti, the first incarnation of Krishna. And I just want to add one more point about the Jagai Madai's pastimes, that when Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took astra in his hand, then Lord Nityananda just uh, fall down on his lotus feet and said, "No, no, this your incarnation is not for taking astra. Your incarnation is just to give mercy. So just give mercy to Jagai Madai." So that point was very important. And also, Mataji, now you are telling about the Guru and in question answer session. So what about if somebody is following other sampradaya, but now they are following Krishna conscious also, like they are liking that, and so in that case, if they are initiated from other sampradaya, then how they can take forward this, Mataji? Do they stick with their own the old guru, or they can take initiation from ISKCON gurus like that?
Oh, this is a very tricky question, Mataji. I haven't I
Sorry,
don't
Mataji.
know about that. I mean, this one I have to refer anywhere, any instances, or I really
Mataji,
have to ask somebody.
yeah, it's a tricky question. Means like now, like after following for XYZ, who follows other sampradayas, but not sampradayas, other gurus. They are not from the authenticate sampradayas.
Oh,
Maybe
then if they are not from authentic sampradayas, like there are only 4 authentic sampradayas, and if even if they go there and they want to come into see, if that is the case, like not from. Oh yeah, now I understand. Like
yeah, Mataji, that's
generally,
what. Yeah,
yeah, now
that,
I understand the question. So they can just add this to their life, Mataji. They can
yes,
come, they
that's
can
correct.
come, and then they can take and do. Not like okay. Now I understand the whole context of this question.
Now, Mataji,
See,
one thing. Yeah, I'm just seconding you. Like Swaminarayan, I don't know what sampradaya they follow, but there is no specific authenticate sampradaya, and that's why Prabhupada never favored Swaminarayan process what they follow. It's not a authenticate sampradaya, like 4 sampradayas which are authorized by our shastras. So within those shastras, maybe if they are initiated from some guru, then I think they are on the right path. But if no sampradaya follow, then as you said, then definitely they can add this and then get a guru from ISKCON. Yeah.
yeah. So that is very important to be in the authentic sampradaya on the right path. Otherwise, like.
And
Yeah, we have to be on the right path. Nowadays, we have to see how far the parampara is going, how it is bona fide, and all those things. Nowadays, like not even 2 generations, the gurus will be there, and or sometimes in this generation itself, he will establish as a great guru, and then there will be having millions of followers. So that all we should not. We have to see how bona fide is that. And that link, Prabhupada says, right, it should link to one of these 4 sampradayas, Brahma, Rudra, Stri, Kumaras. So their parampara should go for this much. When you are going like, who is guru of my guru, who is guru of my guru's guru, who is guru of my guru's guru, like that, if we can link to these 4 sampradayas, then we are on a bona fide path. And these 4 sampradayas may have a different realization of the absolute truth, but still it's bona fide. Other than these, all of them are like not bona fide. So we should be moving away from them and coming to this and
yes,
taking.
Mataji. Yeah, that we totally agree. Only, I don't want to take your much time today because it's long discussion. But if we just take an example of Sadhguru, I don't know, like Sadhguru is very famous. Many people are following him, but I don't know what, like, do he really follow any authenticate sampradaya? For example, Sadhguru or, Baba Ramdev or many other examples, So, in this current yuga, so if they are not from those authenticate sampradaya, then, one following them as a guru, then it's a wrong thing. That's what, like, for yoga practice, that's definitely it. You can make your yoga teacher as a guru in that, but it cannot be a spiritual guru. That's what I understand.
So who are the 4 authentic sampradayas, Mataji?
Yeah, Mataji, please, you can just. Mataji, you are on mute, I think so.
Krishna Mataji, we can't hear you.
I think there is a
Oh,
hand.
sorry, Mataji. I thought I was listening. As I said earlier, Mataji, Brahma, Rudra, Kumaras, and Sri Sampradaya. So these 4 are authenticated, bona fide sampradayas. So you will be finding in India the mathas or the preachers from these sampradayas. But so many of them are not as popular as some names which Nitin Prabhu took. They are all not so famous because nowadays gurus also use all these social media platforms make them so popular and people follow. I face a lot of problem with those kind of gurus. So Brahma, Rudra, Stri and Kumaras, the sampradayas that are descending from these 4 are bona fide sampradayas, Mataji. And then if you see the parampara that we are talking from is Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, comes from Brahma, Lord Brahma. So you see that in Bhagavad Gita introduction at the end, the whole Sampradaya, the hierarchy, who is Prabhupada's Guru, Prabhupada's who is, that is given, the lineage is given, the parampara is given. So that's how it becomes a bona fide, Mataji. You will find Sri Sampradaya mostly in the southern part of India, I guess, and Rudra and Kumaras also.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhu, I do understand they are so popular, so many gurus, and so many paths which are which don't have a parampara. Like Sadguru, I don't know who is Sadguru's guru, who is guru like that.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
Mataji,
that's what we have to do. That we don't know.
Yeah, since you mentioned that, people, as you said, because of social media and everything, they may follow blindly. But again, if it comes to spiritual, I'm not dominating any guru or anyone because I'm not that qualified. But what I understood, I used to hear Bhakti Rasamrut Maharaj's class long time back before my initiation. So that time, even I was having these so many questions, where, how I should go. So, Shyamarasika made me to read this, hear this Bhakti Rasamrut Maharaj, and Maharaj has explained so nicely about all these sampradayas and how, when you should, whom should you should follow. It is really, really understandable classes by him. But that those 4 sampradayas, if some guru is from that sampradaya, then everyone can follow.
Yeah, and also like guru is so important because this example always we have to remember, like a frog catches a snake. Frog cannot eat the snake and it won't leave that snake. So if we are stuck in wrong guru, our situation will be like that. So it's very important that we make a decision cautiously, and especially I deny or I upfront tell people don't follow YouTube gurus without knowing what sampradaya, what sadhana, what is their lineage, whether it is connecting to the bona fide. I will say, however attractive the teachings or instructions are, oh, I am feeling very peaceful. It will be no use because it won't take us anywhere spiritually. So it's very, it may make us a good person, like not doing bad things and all, but that may result in only a punya karma, but not advancement spiritually. So it's very important for us to find a bona fide path, bona fide parampara, and take from that and have a sadhana. For many of them, we don't know what kind of a sadhana also they do. So it's so dangerous and precarious. So we have to be very careful.
Yes, Mataji, thank you so much. And thank you for taking your so much time. But it was a good discussion on Balram Purnima today. Thank you,
We can
Mataji.
conclude here, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So nobody has a question or comment. You can end up the call here. पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नमाचार्य सदा ठाकुर की जय। जय प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथ राशिमद भागवतम की जय। हर ग्रेस वनमालिनी मंजरी माता जी की जय। आश्रम बलराम की जय। हैप्पी बलराम पूर्णिमा एंड हैप्पी रक्षाबंधन। हरे कृष्णा।
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.